Ready?
Thank you everyone for your attendance this evening. We'll start the meeting with the pledge of allegiance.
Well, it looks like
These are one that Brian's wearing his flag.
cleaning.
Let's look at my boot. We got a flag already.
There you go.
Lift your leg up, Jim.
Oh, there.
Thank you, Brett.
Always on time.
Pledge
I
of
pledge
allegiance
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The board has received the May board meeting minutes, and I ask for a motion for approval. Motion approved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So approved.
And that also includes the, our brief June 5 meeting too. Personnel for this evening, let's see. We've got 2 retirements, but one is running late. So we're gonna hold a minute on those. Let me skip down to the third one for approval. New science teacher Matt Wellsand. Any info you want to provide on him, Brian?
He's a teacher he's been teaching for 12 years, recently at Wanatah Township, and then during COVID, he had left to go help in the family business, construction business, so he's been looking to get back into it. He's coached a lot of sports over there, very active in the Porter County 4-H fair, so he's real excited to come in, and definitely wants to coach the middle school sports for us, so that's always a huge plus.
Sure.
Has some STEM background as well, yeah, I think he's excited to get back, and he's been a PCC guy his whole life, so he said he couldn't be back in Morgan, he'd be happy to be here, so.
The kids are
Can
gonna
we still
love it.
dissect frogs like Doc or Mr. Stark?
Well, let's see.
That was my favorite.
Yeah. You see, we're gonna play in the jug band too.
Yeah.
Do you know about that?
I do not.
Yeah.
He played the Scarecrow Festival, he was in the jug band.
Oh, really? I did not know.
Motion to approve.
Cool.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved.
Next on personnel, Christina Porter, any approval for contract non-renewal?
Motion to approve.
Well,
We got all
Yep.
those stuff straightened out.
All shored up.
Okay, motion to approve.
second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So approved.
Then lastly, Taylor Bowman to approval to hire as our social worker.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All
I'm
opposed?
not, I'm opposed.
You're opposed.
Opposed.
And reason being, I just want to explain, reason being is she's been our aide, right? Been around here
Yes.
forever. Does she have a degree? Does she?
Yeah,
She does.
she went to school for
And, okay, when did she graduate?
She went to DU.
Yeah, she went to BU, graduated in 2014, and then she worked at Opportunity Enterprises
Okay.
and did her internship.
It's okay, I just, the reason I didn't.
But, yeah, I mean, she has.
Because I didn't have no
No,
information.
and I will tell you, we had 13 applicants, we interviewed 6, the committee, and we were down to 3 that we really liked.
Okay,
And so then it was just choosing what we thought was the best fit
okay.
for you. So-
And that was my only,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Do you want to rescind your opposed then? You want to say anything?
That's sure, I will.
Excuse me?
Whichever.
Just
We all
for-
agree.
Just for the minutes?
Yes, we all agree, yes.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, then we will, good timing. we will jump back up to the top of the personnel items. And just because that's the first one I have listed, I need approval to accept Lori Martin's retirement.
No. No.
I'll make a motion to approve her retirement.
I'll second, I guess.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
And so,
And so approved.
yes. Lori, you get to come up. We've got something for you here. Bill will have to do the same after you, and he just looks ecstatic.
So how many years, Laura?
21 here,
21.
29 altogether.
Wow.
Thank you for your service. Yeah.
We go way first.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Hunter's a sweet boy, and I like seeing him in the hallways this year. It was good to see some of those kids. I wouldn't get to see them if they were.
Thank you for doing so much advocating for him, Lori.
Yeah.
Hear me? Thank you for doing so much advocating for him.
Oh, you gonna show it up?
No?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
please do.
Yes?
Ah, that's pretty.
Oh.
Oh, that's 1998, really? Jim, I was a young man.
Dara took care of those things for us, so.
So what are your plans
Beautiful.
for the future?
Biggest one is my mom.
Yeah.
And with Dad being gone, he needs to farm and his sons need to help him and they can help to a certain point and my sister teaches and my turn. So, if I can do it, let me do it.
It's great that you can do that. Time goes fast.
It does. Thank you. Quit that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, there was an accident on a smoke road.
That's
I thought it was
what-
bombs, but it was smoke. So we're able to get out on bombs, which got us here quicker.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't read the car. That was rude. Okay.
And then we'll bring Mr. Stark up next after we get approval for his retirement.
I'll make a motion to approve Bill Stark's retirement.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So approved.
No, Bill, I won't hug you, I won't do anything like that, so,
I will.
but you will be missed.
Girls didn't.
And how many total years, Mr. Stark?
You had a 63?
42 here and 43 total.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Here, I'll hug you.
So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sail now?
I still,
You did. Oh.
one year in Michigan City and the rest here.
Yep, 1 year in Michigan City, elementary, sixth grade.
Yes.
Are you still gonna ref and stuff?
Oh, I'm still fishing.
Yeah.
How many years were you here when I was up? 'Cause
You were my first.
that's what I thought. I remember you were at the junior high, because I remember you were up in the lab, like, not the lab, whatever you called it back in the day, third floor.
Well, it's just the science of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I remember that. I definitely remember that. That was a few
I
years
had
ago.
to search for all those tables, they were spread out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
I've enjoyed it.
See you when you sell.
Congratulations.
Are you willing to sub and bus drive and all those fun things?
Pardon?
Are you willing to sub or bus drive or any of the fun stuff?
I don't have the bus driver license anymore.
You don't?
No.
You
How
don't
do you get rid
ever.
of
Health,
that? Health? Gotcha.
blood pressure was,
And
and then I had,
everybody go down now that you're,
and then I had a DVT.
Oh,
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah.
Well, I think I had it longer than I knew about it.
Well, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stark.
And now, as I do, I know that one or both of you may have an obligation after this, So feel free to take off whenever you are ready, it's totally fine. Yep. So, thanks again for being here tonight.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
We'll move on to the claim docket approval. Do you have a motion by the board? Claim docket.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
I missed it.
You really left me hanging. I was out there, I was just fun. Thanks, Lori. Hey, have fun.
Thank you.
Any questions on the balance sheet? We'll continue moving on to HVAC. No, I'm sorry, public comment. Are there any public comments?
I got one question, number 7. How many times are we going to be talking about that air conditioner being fixed out of the cost?
This one
My
should,
answer, I'm just
that's
curious.
good. Hopefully this one, if the board so chooses to approve, based on the history we got on the last ones, this should be the last time for between 20 and 25 years.
Oh, what's that?
Okay?
Hopefully.
But it's hopefully.
Now, if you said if, I would leave. That's a
So,
big
yeah,
part of the
that's-
dictionary.
That's perfect, because that's the next item, and I can go into a little bit of an explanation on that.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Any other comments before we do? Okay. So yes, it does seem like that's all I've talked about, year after year HVAC. So basically, when both buildings down there, the school, I'm sorry, not the school, when the Tiger Den became air conditioned 20 or 25 years ago, obviously all 4 units, there's 4 units that heat and cool that place. All 4 went in at the same time. So it just so happens they're within a year of each other, they've all lived out their life. So these are the 2 smaller units that feed the cafeteria / concessions, the 2 rooms up top.
Yeah, music room, bathroom.
And, yes, and down to the music room underneath that area. So these are 2 smaller units. So thankfully, their cost is much less. Talking about, we've basically, Area Sheet Metal has come and checked on those for us. And no surprise, they are at the end of their life cycle as well. So if you guys want to initiate that tonight, they have a quote there in the packet to do just that. Now, again, what I will tell you about Area Sheet Metal is that's the company we like to service down there, because that guy is one of the best servicemen we've worked with. We have the most confidence in him. So now I will tell you, with these 2 units, I don't have another quote to share with you at the moment. So you have 2 options. You can go with Area Sheet Metal here, or you can table this and ask me to go and,
Is this just for the gym or the whole school?
No.
just for the gym side.
Okay.
And these are 2 smaller units that also go up on the roof, but they work concession and
Yeah, okay.
those 2
Kitchen
small
area,
rooms,
Yeah,
and the spaces down below,
okay.
that music band room.
Yeah.
Areas who just did the other circle did the other.
No, Circle did the other one this time, because those size units, they had a bead on, and Area Sheet Metal couldn't get them.
And this is the only one we have, though?
Yes, this is the only quote I have, because basically we just found out from them.
Yeah, he went down there and looked at them and then he told me it would be that both of them, the Freon was out of both of them. They were completely drained. And so for him to just get those back working again, it was gonna be between 6,000 and 8,000. So,
So how did Circle R do when they came and did the other units?
Oh, we were pleased with their installation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
That's
think
what
we
has-
should have two estimates, is my opinion. I don't know what the rest of them are. Sorry, Jim.
I worked around that. Those, both of them, it was me, big boy, you got right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of just leaning towards the area to get it going instead of waiting another month before like volleyball stuff start, get it on the schedule, get it done.
Are they
We're
willing
gonna
to,
get it working.
they're able to do this quickly?
Brian took the lead on this one.
I'm not for sure, he didn't tell me that part. He sent me the quote, but I don't think it had anything else with it.
I'll make a motion to go with the area sheet metal quote for the HVAC replacement factor.
Because we don't even know when he started.
No, I can't.
That's what
can't
I'm
answer that
saying,
question.
so we would have time to get other quotes. But it's fine. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if we were to get another quote, and we move back just for that, you know, if we can get something a week or so, you know, that way, Melanie's satisfied.
Jim,
Can we
I mean,
put
I
it,
just am a true believer of that.
can we put
It's
an
not-
approval by the board up to 18.5 and then with the recommendation?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we replace the HVAC units at the Tiger Den not to exceed 18.5.
The competitive quote, and
Yeah.
since you get back to the,
That works?
Yep.
That
Should
works.
satisfy both, that's good.
Whichever quote,
So,
to get it done.
Ross made a motion,
I'll second it.
Joanne. Give me all in favor.
all in favor? I thought you were still thinking.
No.
All opposed? Motion approved.
All right. Okay, and I'm gonna make a note on mine that's not to exceed
18.5.
18.5. All right. Okay, moving on to number 8, the budget calendar that Guy has prepared. Guy and I prepared this budget calendar, just gives you advanced dates of what's coming up. So if you've had that for a number of days now, if there's anything of concern, I know Guy placed a work session on a Wednesday night. I had taken note of Monday, August 14. Other than that, I think everything was pretty standard. This way we can all get those plugged into our calendars. And
You need approval on that? That's
Yes.
the motion to approve budget preparation calendar.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved.
thank you. Then the salary pay schedule for the year. Again, I put in your packet that you may approve it tonight or it may be tabled.
I'll make a motion to table that for further discussion.
I would second that.
All in favor for tabling?
All right.
Aye.
Thank you. Then page number 27 in your packet, we have approved this for it's actually going to happen this week. So while I'm thinking about that, Brian and Aaron, baseball stuff here at the fields this week, if there are things, everything's done? Okay. Because the east side, everything out here will be getting resurfaced, possibly starting Wednesday through Friday. So we should probably stay off of it until Monday, I would say, it's a safe bet. They'll probably restripe my bus lines back here and the whole deal.
Is that what the baseball fields? These baseball fields?
No, he was saying if we had any baseball stuff going on.
Oh.
Parking would be
Okay.
difficult.
Okay.
Yep.
Are we doing the two votes then?
We're doing the two codes, so yeah, and so this way Benita with B&G, she knows we want to get it staggered. Guy and I like it for this budget, so we're gonna do the east this year, we'll do the main lot next year. Depending on finances, we can include the playground blacktops for next year, or we can make that year 3 and make it a 3-year rotation. So I just wanted to update you on that. Next is breakfast and lunch prices for the upcoming school year. Do know that those prices, as presented, are still the lowest around. Annette Brown did her research, and everybody else is somewhere above us on those prices. We'll need approval for those.
Motion to approve the school lunch prices.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved.
Okay. Next, staying with the food service area between pages 29 to 35, we are approving the food service agreements. One is for Prairie Farms Dairy, and the other is for Gordon's Food Service, where we get our commodities. We need approval for that.
Make a motion to approve
Wait,
food
wait,
service.
have you guys looked into Cisco or anything?
So we had it because we've always had good luck through NESIC, our Education Service Center,
Okay.
because they negotiate on behalf of 40 or 50 schools to get the
Okay.
best
I was just
pricing.
wondering.
Yep, no good question.
I'll still my motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved.
You guys may recall from last year when we moved up here and got on one campus, we had to rename ourselves with the state. Now, with the change we're going to make is our 6th graders are going to be attached to the secondary. So we will be junior, senior high school, 6th through 12th grade, elementary K through 5. And so I need to fill out that amendment form again, and it requires a resolution from the board stating as such. So that's what I've written here for you, is that you're giving me permission to fill out the corporation amendment form and get those grade levels assigned where we want them.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I think all schools have went to that now.
Motion
It
approved.
is much more common, that kind of a configuration for schools our size. Pages 37, this is a big packet, bear with me, 37 through 53 is Todd Linkleiter's next phase for the roof. Again, you guys, you can approve this as presented tonight. Again, he would be working with Bluth Brothers, Russell Bluth and Bluth Brothers, who have done the work we've had so far, which we're very pleased with. Or you have the option, you can table this and have Todd come back and present to you again, depending on how you want to go about paying for this.
This is something we talked about doing a new 2.2 million, right?
That was one option, or it lends itself to doing that totally separate from that. But that's we've still yet to define.
And so which option are we looking at? And
Just a second here.
I'm assuming the 100,000.
Which page are you on?
153.
Okay. Okay. Fluid apply, okay. The fluid applied restoration, that is for the Tiger Den. That's the barrel roof on the Tiger Den,
Yeah.
which we were gonna look at, we would be doing the one on the left.
Right.
So that estimate is at the 100,000 mark. Now that gets you, as they stated to me, that gets you a 12-year warranty for that roof versus what they've done here, a 30-year warranty. However, they said with that barrel roof and that pitch, you're in good shape. The 12-year warranty is just the best you can get with that liquid applied versus what they totally different approach here.
Did he have
That page 48 would be the scope.
So, okay, 30 years, you said?
10 year.
10, no, this one. It's, you said, which is 30 years warranty of, that we have now?
Yeah, here, anything Trimco's gonna do for us here, your
Okay,
warranty.
Thank you.
Yep. So now you're back on page 48.
Correct.
And, yeah, what he's showing you there is the cost of, full replacement versus what they can do on the left-hand side. So to finish out everything that's remaining here, you're looking at the 379,000 mark.
Well, in my opinion, I can just don't, with the investments that we have with the current construction, and knowing that's sitting in tied up investments, we're still working through the resolutions for the other part. What is the risk if we table this to the next meeting? I think we're all in favor, we need to do this, but we don't have the fund to take it out of it right now. There's no money unless we break into the CT.
I think
Right.
we can add this into that list, and then with that project we're doing, this is the cost we're gonna have to endure to finish our road stuff. We're just including there, if we decide in a month or 2 months what we,
But our total project,
these prices aren't gonna change.
Well, they might, but, yeah, I agree to table it.
Motion to table.
I mean, but we
That's
gotta
okay.
make something with the cost going up.
All in favor?
Aye.
I got you.
I didn't lose a second.
And then
That's what I think,
keep in mind
Put that there.
that there's the lag time too, even next month. If you were to decide, hey, we've got the money in our construction funds that are tied up in CDs, but we have those staggered and short-term increments, this would easily time up to when those come due, receipt those back into the accounts. You've got your roof covered that way if you so choose to do that.
Okay.
Okay, that brings us to the next phase of our project, which, is we have another hearing to get 4 resolutions approved for tonight to keep the bond side of things moving forward for both Steve Stifel, however you say it, and Jane Herndon, bond counsel. And so, Tim, if you want to.
So do I have a motion by the board to open the hearing?
Make a
Yeah.
motion to open the hearing.
And do I have a second?
I seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
So the hearing is now open.
And with that, then, do we have any comments in regards to, you guys have been with us all the way through, any comments on the project that we are still in the process of defining? What,
Now, if there's one thing I'd like to have the board look into, is that with the state, you can invest with them, you can take the money out or put it out, any penalties. Because it'd be one thing that you really need to look into, so you don't have all your eggs in one basket.
Good. And just,
It's
sorry,
just a suggestion,
yeah,
because I hate to see you take your CDs out now and have to take a penalty, or the state, you don't have a penalty. And it's something that I think you should look really hard at.
yeah.
That's all the comments I got. But I think
They're
you're doing-
short term though,
I
right?
think you're making,
They are.
you're doing fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah, okay. I'm just making
Yep.
sure.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I think they mature in September, but you're correct, I think they were half a point higher, which is why they we did this for only a short-term period, but, knowing that we didn't have, hopefully, these things kind of were being looked at when we looked at the building project, but that definitely makes sense. So thank you for the
Thank you,
advice.
Jim.
You really need an ace in the hole, is what you really need.
Yep.
I think it's a benefit to everybody to look into it and see it.
We all need an ace in the hole.
You got 4 aces now, didn't you?
All right,
So, if there are
any other questions on
Okay.
this topic?
then that takes me to the first resolution in this open hearing is the amendment to lease and sale of real estate. Exhibit A, I need approval for that.
Make a motion to approve the amendment to lease and sale of real estate.
And do you have a second?
Is this on the school?
This is not a school resolution project yet.
I'll second.
Just the legal paperwork to get through the process.
Okay, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved.
And before I just know, we're gonna have a lot of signatures tonight. So I want to make sure I get, last time I drove all over to get signatures. So we want to get copies signed.
Oh, that just says president and secretary.
17, Exhibit B would be the additional appropriation resolution for the school board.
Which is still not to exceed the same dollar amounts.
Correct. And it's listed in there for a purchase price not to exceed 3.2 million.
Correct.
Motion to approve the additional appropriation resolution.
Thank you.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved.
All right. Moving on to C, there's a resolution assigning bids and contracts.
Motion to approve approving or assigning bids and contracts.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Okay.
Motion approved.
Thank you. And as I move to the last one of those, I should say, all of these documents are prepared by Ice Miller, our bond counsel. So that's where these are coming from. So 19, the resolution approving supplement to master disclosure, Exhibit D.
We have a
I'll
motion.
make the motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Make a motion to close the project hearing.
And do you have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
The next, number 61 in your packet, just for information for you, I wanted you to see the notice of execution. Now that you've taken care of that business, this is the next notice that I will send to the regional news to be ran in this week's paper. So a copy of that will go tomorrow.
Full report.
Principal report, Mr. McMahon.
Beginning of June, we had summer school, so we had about 15 kids in here for 2 weeks, 4 hours a day from Monday through Thursday. Mrs. Clemens and Mrs. Davis taught that. Things went really well. As you can see, this floor, this summer, Scott got to come in here pretty early. Last summer, he didn't get in here until August, I don't think, because of all the moving that we're doing from lacrosse. So we were already able to move everything out, and he was able to re-wax the floor. And I'd say all three of our custodians right now are doing a lot of work right now, and getting things, they're already done with the elementary end, the new high school end, and they're down on that end. So they're moving pretty quick and getting through things. We got 3 boys that are working over the summer for us, they're making sure the outside's looking good. Honestly, I feel like us making that move to Scott mowing has been really good, just because he's able to do it every day.
Right.
I know it's just tough not having that time And so I think it's been really good that he's been able to do 3 or 4 hours every day, and I think it's made it, just kept it looking good. So graduation, we had a lot of positives about commencement that night. I heard a lot of good things about our graduation. Jim Russell was there as our guest speaker. And I'll say it was one of the probably shortest speeches we heard, but a lot of good things that came out of it.
Yes,
I think it was only 7 or 8 minutes long, but it was
very meaningful.
yeah, there's a lot of things to take away from it, so I thought that was really good. We had STEM camp last week for grades 3 through 5. We had about 15 kids here. They had STEM camp from 8:30 to 3:30 every day. They flew planes, made rockets. They made some derby cars out of wood, and then 2 days of it was robotics. And so a lot of good things. We had I think we had 10 kids from here. We had 5 kids from other schools that were here. So a lot of positive that came from that. We have the 6th grade through 8th grade one in the middle of July. So Mr. Clifford's running all of that. We've talked about it. We're gonna make a few changes for next year. 7 hours a day for 5 days, I think is a lot. He definitely kept them busy, but we definitely can make a few changes on it. And I just like to say this, so last summer we hosted some baseball tournaments at lacrosse. That was the first time we did it. 2 weeks ago, the same guy called me and said, hey, we're gonna use our fields again. I was like, yeah, and he goes, okay, start next week. Aaron and Coach Shenrod, our baseball coach, and some of the baseball boys have been down there all last weekend and had hosted 2 different tournaments down there, and then we'll host this weekend down there. But a lot of good positives coming from that. So I know the work that we put into the fields between the school and the township and the Little League, a lot of positives coming from people saying how nice our facility is down there. So hopefully we can learn from the guy that's running these tournaments so that we can start running our own in the future. So, but it's been a positive thing. So that's all I got.
Yeah, anecdotally, I know that I passed through town on both Friday and Saturday, back and forth, and all 4 times there was 3 to 4 different little baseball jerseys with their backs to the main window outside the hangar, at the big table, surrounded by people. And each time I swung down, it prompted me to swing down by the field too. And there was enough people where it took me a minute to even locate this guy. So, well attended, it looked pretty cool.
There wasn't a lot of extra business in town. The gas station, I think, got most of it. But I think what's missing is a hotel down there. I mean, obviously, because people are having to go back to Balboa, Michigan City. So hopefully something like this will work out.
Resource stuff, because I'll change the battery for some people.
I talked to Brian Shealy this morning, and he said there's business at the hangar for Saturday, Sunday, and I forgot to call Brian and give him a heads up. They had 2 waitresses Saturday and Sunday. He said their business was up about 50 to 60% for those days. So I had DeLamp's menu and the hangar menu out there and tried to push people here or there, give them suggestions. They didn't have to run to Balboa or Knox or whatever. Of course, you have those families that want just quick McDonald's.
Right.
So, but it worked out good. I got some ideas because they've already said they're going to come back next year, use the 2 weekends, maybe 3 because of the backfield being open now with the little guys. Little guys have been fun to watch, not the dad because they can't drive. So it was a good weekend minus the golf ball size hail. I only got about 12 dents in my hood. But we, once that rain stopped yesterday, they all thought we were going to cancel. I'm like, give me 40 minutes, we'll better run. So they finished on time.
Good.
It was fun.
Good.
All right, well, yeah, I don't have anything else to add.
Motion to adjourn. That meeting.
Yep.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, if you guys can take page 62 through 98 and turn those over on your pile. There are some signatures in there, but I just included those in your packet. are some,
Additional, okay.
because what I have next, well, there's gonna be some signatures in there, but I don't have anything on the docket that needs to be done right now. Because what we need to do now is have our building corporation meeting. So what I think we'll do, we have Penny and Dave here, and then, I believe it's Chad.
I don't know.
So I believe it's Chad.
Okay.
Is going to be the third building corporation member. So if we could have those three join us up front, if you guys can maybe pack your, and just step over. And this will be brief, but we got a couple of tasks. And Dave and Penny, I thank you for joining us tonight. I know I didn't give you a lot of notice. Yeah. Yeah, sign as much. You guys can go through it and make a file. Yeah, the end here is going to be
All that.
their signatures.
Okay, I'll be fine.
And I believe you were president. Or and you were vice president or secretary? Yeah, okay. Chad, vice president.
All right, bud. All right.
Yes. So, I would ask Mr. President of the Building Corporation to, if we could get our meeting open officially.
That's me.
Yeah, make a motion to,
I make a motion for this open this meeting.
second. Thank you. All in favor?
All in favor? Aye.
We don't have any new members, so we are president, secretary, vice president. We're good. So that is President Dave Berger, Vice President Chad Howell, and Secretary Penny Adams. So what I need from you then is an approval for amendment for Exhibit A, which is amendment to lease. And this is the amendment to lease for the building corporation, for this entity. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Take the time to take a look through that. I just now realized I did not make you a copy of what you needed. Correct. Yes, the scope is still idea stage, very fluid. We have whittled at the list that we've pushed and pulled, and so we've got a good list generated.
I think we need a motion to approve this
Yes.
resolution.
I'll make a motion to approve Exhibit A of resolution approving form of amendment to lease.
We have a
And a second.
second.
Thank you.
Motion is approved.
Yes.
Any
You guys can sign those, and
Any against motion?
President and secretary. Yeah. Is that what was
I said,
that?
was there any objections to the motion? None, it's all approved.
You did what you got. There you go. Yep, so it's just Dave and Penny's signatures on those. And then we have one more resolution. which is approving trust, indenture, and bond issuance. It's exhibit B. Hand that over. Penny? Yeah, I'll know that way, plug them back in order. Thank you. Yes, yeah, that's a good question. I'll think for a second. Where is the time first? So we haven't sold bonds yet. Yeah.
The kitty and the bank.
Oh, certainly. Yes.
Is there a second?
Question there. The only thing that spilled over was your signature. So I think what would be better is if you would sign that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't like
this
a
is
one
meaningless.
page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we have to have a motion on this
Yeah.
too?
Yes.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to, approve or adopt Exhibit B, resolution approving first supplemental trust indenture and issuance of bonds.
okay, and any objections to that?
I'll second it.
Second.
I'll second it.
Any second?
I second his motion.
Okay, any objections? No objections? So it's passed.
You got it. And then we can have a motion to close this meeting of the building corporation.
We have a motion to close this meeting.
I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
Have a second?
I'll second.
All done?
Boom.
No. Okay,
Signatures and that, as they say, touch note. Stop the recording there.
let them hear it.
Yeah, this is just like Joanne's.
Yeah, another one of those.
And then this is.
I think that's
Is it
one.
103?
Yeah.
Is that the-
Oh, okay, yeah, so it is. This is also for the building corporation.
So
So
we need
let's-
to reopen that, right?
Well, this was not on the approval. So read through this, waiver of notice. This one, I didn't give much of an explanation to, but it seems to me it's waiving the need for any additional meeting on your guys' behalf. As a vote of your interpretation.
That's kind of what it needs to be.
Yeah.
I'm more comfortable with that one.
Okay,
This bands waiving any further involvement, because they have my name assigned to them, especially because they don't use people $2 million. That I just stay with further involvement, it's
okay,
something else.
yeah.
You know, and so I guess the question is, I don't remember seeing something like this the last time we were here.
No, I can,
And so, yeah,
okay,
so that's why
So-
I'm leaning towards it. I would,
then let's do this, here's what we'll do. Let me reach out, and I will share that email with
that's okay.
the group.
Yeah.
So that we can have an understanding of that, and then if we get to a place where we're good, then we'll get those signatures on that. Sound fair?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm good with that.
and then the only thing remaining are the minutes. What happens is Jane turned in from Ice Miller,
There we go.
pre-types, sorry. She pre-types the minutes, and then we can fill in.
So we started, what, 6:45?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, that's what I posted for, so it's just about.
You can do that, you can do right now.
That's what I heard you say.
Perfect. Another PPR. Yes. How, show the picture.
So that's how we didn't vote on it.
That's correct.
And we don't have any elections, so. There are additional exhibits that will have to as well.
Just the two for the
Just
drone.
A.
So we should also make a note here for A and B, because it's only meant to exhibit B.
Oh, does it? Yeah, and, yeah, please note on also. And I'm gonna keep these documents together with this month's board documents, they'll all be in the same folder. Yep. And then the last is just the notice that will go in the paper on behalf of the building corporation. So that will go in this week's paper. All right, and with that, your task tonight is complete. And I thank you very much. Lenny, Dave, thank you for coming over and everyone.